YouTube. This is Cactus Naga. I've been renovating my bathroom, put some tile on the floor and changed out the shower pan for a tub and all that. But right now I've been struggling with getting this old galvanized pipe fitting out the nipple out of there. This is the connection to the toilet. It's the water line that comes to the toilet. This valve is completely open, and I've just kind of blocked it off in here, and just to prevent it from flowing out. I just couldn't get it off from here. I couldn't get it off from there either, from inside there. I'll show you that in a little bit after I put some light on it. So that's what I've been struggling with, and this video is going to document my attempts to get that galvanized pipe out and get it replaced with a copper one, just to prevent corrosion and rust from setting it in the future too. So this is the nipple that I want to get out. I would prefer to get it out from there rather than disconnect from here. So so far what I have done is I've soaked that joint area with PB Blaster. This is my can of PB Blaster. This works pretty good for dislodging rusted and corroded joints. I've been soaking that for a few minutes now, 10-15 minutes now, and I did also, I'll show you this, reinforce the base there. That is a brass angle, and I've kind of reinforced that, supported it here, just so that when I twist on this pipe here, it doesn't bend or break any of the copper sweated joints. Just reinforcement of the whole thing to make it strong. So far that's what I've done, and I'm going to squirt a little more of the PB Blaster on it and keep on working on it gently. Just do that again. And let it soak in for a while, and gently try to remove it. So what I'm going to do now is kind of put a wrench on this and give it some light taps with a hammer, just to dislodge, to kind of break the rust inside it. I just want to kind of reinforce it from down here too, perhaps with that little 2x4, and kind of tap it that way, and of course the same thing on the top side too. Just keep on doing that for a while. Then squirt some more of that PB Blaster on it. And really what this does is, it does need a lot of patience. You don't want to just kind of take it easy. seen some videos on YouTube where people have actually used a hot flame on the joint to kind of expand it and break it loose. I'm kind of apprehensive of using that, especially because I've already used some PB Blaster on the inside, and not sure if PB Blaster is very flammable or not, but certainly don't want to take the risk on doing that. So I'm just going to be tapping at it and kind of loosening up the joint slowly by slowly, and later on I'm going to take this wrench here and use perhaps a cheater bar or something and kind of wrench it open. We'll see how that works out, but for right now I'm going to continue with the light tapping just to dislodge the joint and adding more PB Blaster. So I've been tapping at that for a few minutes now, and I added more PB Blaster and kept on tapping it up and down, clockwise as well as counterclockwise. I think I'm now ready to try putting on a cheater bar and torquing it. I've shut off the water at the main line. I'm going to open this and it's going to flow out, so I will be putting a little container or something under it, if I can get anything under it, but I might just have to let it flow out and mop it up later. I was also told that it sometimes helps to initially torque it in the tightening condition, which would be the clockwise direction, so which is what I'm going to do now. And this is my cheater bar. It's just a hollow pipe. It actually is the leg of a table that I no longer use. I scrapped the table, and this has been serving me well as a cheater bar. So what I'm going to do now is stick that in there and kind of torque it in the tightening condition. Just apparently that helps to break it loose. Okay, and now I'm going to try to open it, but in order to do that I think I have to reinforce it from the top because it's going to torque in that direction. So here we go. Yeah, I feel it giving. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, it's loosened up. Now, just to make sure that I don't create any damage to it, I'm just going to kind of, there we go. I think we have it. Yep. Yep. And kind of rock it back and forth a little bit instead of trying to open it at one go. That will loosen things up. And so it looks like that PB blaster and the tapping does work. So that's at least my experience on this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this off completely and replace it with a copper nipple, and I'll show you the finished product soon. So there really was no way to get a pan under that to catch the water, and surprisingly there was a lot of water in the pipes. So perhaps it's because it's one of the lowest points in the whole system. So I've got a little bit of a spill. I've tried to catch as much of it as I can with a sponge, but I couldn't get all of it, and it's kind of wet in that area, so I'll just kind of wait for it to dry up. It's still draining out a little bit, dripping out. I also wanted to show you something here. This is the old pipe, that the nipple that came out. It doesn't seem to be all that blocked or anything like that, but not a good idea to reuse this. I'm just going to replace it with a copper nipple. And this is the copper nipple that I'm going to use. This end is of course being soldered on. Let me see if you can see that. It's been soldered on, and I'm going to just thread it into the brass angle there, brass right angle out there. And of course on this side it will be a compression fitting that will have the valve that will feed up to the toilet tank. So I'm going to be putting on the Teflon tape on this, and before I thread it on. Pretty simple process. Just kind of follow the threading pattern. And you want about 3 or 4 turns around it. Should kind of do it, I think. And we're going to insert this into the brass angle there. I'm going to turn on the flashlight and just kind of show you what's going on there. So I've got that hand tightened in. It's going to go as far as I can with using the grip of my hand, but I do also have this shower valve wrench. It's kind of deep, and I'm going to use this to tighten it even more. Got this little wrench set at Harbor Freight. It works really well. It has come in useful in many occasions when I need a kind of a deep socket wrench. It's not all that strong, but it works really well for plumbing. Well, it looks like that's not long enough, so I'm going to the second one. That should do it. And then use my adjustable wrench. That should do it. I'm going to put the valve on this just to kind of make sure that there are no leaks, and I'm going to turn the power back sorry, not the power but the water back on, and we'll see how it goes. So this is the valve that I'm going to be putting on. It's like a compression fitting. I'll stick this in first. Wondering whether I should leave this upright or slightly to an angle. Maybe I'll leave it at a slight angle. It's finger tight now. Just going to get another wrench. While I'm holding this, I will turn and tighten this. Approximately half a turn. You don't want to over tighten the compression valve, compression fitting. If the brass compression fitting gets too deformed, it will indeed leak. So we'll just leave it at that for now. I'm going to turn the power back on after I make sure that the valve is actually closed. This is in the closed position. I'm going to turn the power back on and the water back on and make sure there are no leaks. So I've turned the main line on, the water on again, and I'm checking for leaks. Just rubbing my hand under it. And it does seem to show a little bit of wetness there, so I'm just going to give it a little twist again on the inside. It seems to be all good on the inside, but the outer compression fitting might be still a little, it's just giving a little bit of water, so I'll just wait for it to seep a little more and see whether it drips, and if necessary I'll just tighten it a little, maybe a quarter of an inch, quarter turn more or something like that. So there you have it, folks, how to remove a corroded galvanized pipe and nipple and replace it with a copper one. Thanks for watching.